the meeting to order. We only have two things on our agenda tonight. Our first order of business is election of officers for this year. So, right now I'm president, Ray is vice president, Terry is secretary. So,
I don't want to be vice president.
you don't want to be vice president? Okay, well, we probably should start at the top of the list and open nominations for president.
For president? I say, I nominate Melissa for president.
I second that. You're doing a great job.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, now we need nominations for vice president. Ray has expressed that he does not want it, so.
Terry?
Second.
Okay, we have Terry nominated for vice president. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Okay, and we need a secretary.
I nominate Glenn.
Right. No, I am not a good secretary.
She does all the work. Yeah, it's just a matter.
Kathy does all the reporting, you just might occasionally have something to sign as the secretary.
Okay.
So do I have a second on Glenn for,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, our slate of officers is put in place. Our business is approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
I make a motion we approve the minutes in the last meeting.
Okay,
I will second that motion.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, real quick, if I may ask or bring it to your attention, I guess.
Okay.
So we have an empty lot, well, it just has a barn on it now, but they're gonna tear that down on Coffin and Michael Street. They're wanting to build a new home there, and the problem that we have with that, if you look on the front door is gonna be facing Coffin Street. So that means the backyard then is against that trailer there, and they're only allowing a 19-foot backyard, and their setbacks are 30, a minimum of 30. So if they want to continue with this plan, they will have to ask for a variance. So, just bringing it to light, if you think that this would potentially be a problem that you would not approve of it, I would, pass that word along to them so they don't waste any money with the advertising and et cetera. If you think that there may not be a problem with that, then I'll tell them they can go ahead and proceed, and then it'll be brought up at another meeting, and then you can actually officially vote on it, so. Just wanted to get your opinion before we proceed.
And
with
that will be the backyard?
Yep.
It's one of the older lots here in town, 66 by 132, down here across kitty corner from where Jerry Foster used to live. And there was a trailer on it, so they pulled it off, got it all cleaned up.
Okay, where's the post office?
Oh, you're talking out on file. Shoot.
I can't think of his name.
What was the old guy that worked at the post office, Linda? Around your age.
Oh.
I'm drawing a blank. I know where you mean though.
Not
Just
sure.
right over here.
Yeah. There's a great big tree on it, they just cut the tree down, they got the roots there, they have to get those out of the root ball and.
Next to my parents' old house.
Is this trailer occupied?
The one that's there,
You know what, I'm not sure, I didn't look into that.
I think they use it as a rental,
I'm
I'm not
assuming
sure.
as well
Yeah.
too, but I don't know.
be on the east side of the property.
Yeah, and the actual address of the property is a Michael Street address, but because their driveway and front door are going to be off of Coffin Street, we will have to change their address to Coffin Street also, which isn't a big deal to change the address. But like, it just changes the backyard of the property, which makes it, I don't know. They say they only have 19 feet, so that's what they're gonna have in their backyard, if they get the variance and that's how they can put the house, but ultimately, it'll be up to you guys to allow it, so.
They have plenty of room on their side, you know, on the side parts of the road, and it will be a brand new home
Yeah,
in the area.
and they really can't move closer to Coffin Street because then that negates the setbacks from the front, yeah.
And this is really just a consensus because you can't vote on it. There's a whole
Yeah.
process you have to go through.
Just bringing it up, yeah, like
Yeah.
if you guys are all thinking absolutely not, we would not allow a 19-foot backyard in that area, et cetera, then I'll just relay that back to them. Maybe they can flip the house and put the front door on Michael Street and a driveway. I don't know with it being that close to the corner, and the water sewer tap on that side, I just don't know what would be possible, but I could definitely bring it up to them too, so.
Yeah, so if they turned it, then they would meet, well, maybe not, 'cause it depends on, it won't, because it depends on how big that
They
house
just have to
is.
have a long skinny
Turn it
house.
like a long skinny
Yeah.
house, because you can't go wide there.
And that's one of the things
You're
you
not
run-
meeting it anyways.
That's one of the things you run into with the older lots, you know, because of so it's not uncommon for variances to be requested in order to.
Is that common practice with an older lot is allowing that?
In order to get a new home on there, especially with that being a corner lot, you don't usually run into quite as, because you have to have a 25-foot setback from the road right away, because there's two streets, you know, there's both Michael and Coffin, so, that makes it a little bit.
On the corner right
I
there.
think because we didn't have that, we had to do the same thing.
Exactly, yeah.
And they'll have to add a sidewalk there on Coffin Street, so it'll make that corner just a little nicer if they do get to build there, but. And I don't have any issues with them as builders as far as doing what we request, but just so you guys all know that,
My thoughts are if the neighbors don't object.
Yeah.
which they would have to get a petition from the neighbors,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause if the neighbors got a big problem with it being that close to them.
Right.
Because they're pretty tight up against their property line.
Yeah. Yeah, they're sacrificing their yard, so I mean, I think a new home obviously is an improvement, right? I mean, new builds are, they're aesthetic, they're cosmetic, right? They're easy on the eye and they're nice, but, do we have many lots that are in town that are?
We don't have a lot of older lots that are empty, but we do have several that have mobile homes on them.
Okay.
So, I mean, it is something that could possibly come again in the future, just because as a mobile home is pulled off, another one cannot go on.
Mm-hmm, okay.
So that's their only option is to build.
That street's got quite a few. Michael Street.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Unless somebody came to us and said there was there's a risk or there's a issue with water, sewage, something like that, like the maintenance or the construction of it. I personally don't know.
All their buildings have done good, I mean, their houses and stuff. I think
I personally don't think I'd stop it unless it was a code thing. You know, because they have to get all the approval for it, right?
Like I said, my thought was, the only thing I could see is if the neighbor objects to them being that close to their property line.
And they are notified by certified mail or they sign a petition, and then
Yeah.
they have the option to speak when they come to the meeting, and then you have the, you know, right at that time too.
I guess my question is, do you guys, from your experience, is there anything in the past that has been an issue or prevented this from happening or being approved? No?
Unless unless one of the
Unless it was
neighbors
a-
would
We're just trying to look,
yeah.
yeah, for things recently, you know, that, whenever you can improve a lot, it's usually, yeah, you know, if you can.
Well, that's my opinion. I think that, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay.
Going forward.
So I'll
Do
just.
you guys see a red flag that would say they can't go forward?
So,
So what they'll have to do is like I said, you know, you wanna explain the process? I'm sorry, I'm cutting into
No,
your
it's
area.
You're fine, you've got a lot of time.
We're just looking for.
Yeah.
Just an opinion, exactly. So what I'll notify them and say the next scheduled meeting is in July. And then what they will have to do is, they'll have to either certify with a signature return, notify the adjoining properties that they're going to want to build a house and that they're wanting a variance there for that backyard. And then once they have to come with those signature paper cards back, or they can go get an actual petition paper and have them sign it. So either way, we have to have signatures of all the property owners here. They have to pay for the advertisement of the meeting because it is for a variance. They have to provide us with legal documentation so we can advertise all of that correctly in the newspaper. So then there's of course a lot of time that has to be advertised before the meeting. So if they want to wait until July, they have plenty of time to get that done if they get it all to us, this month. If they want to up the meeting, then obviously we would have to get a date that would work for everybody to be here, and then make sure that we can advertise and have all the information back before the meeting. So it could be a special meeting that they would want to request earlier, but of course we'd have to make sure everyone could come and all of that. So that's basically what they would have to do to provide all the information to us, and then they do have to pay for the advertising and that certified mailing. So that is their cost for that. And then the meeting they would present their plan to you guys for official approval of the variance of that setback. And then they can proceed from there to build. So yeah, I'll just tell them that you guys didn't see an issue with it, so therefore they can proceed however they would like to. If they want to wait till July, or if they want to do anything earlier, then you guys will be notified and then know how to make the official
Yeah, pending,
vote of the meeting.
like I say, pending the formal process and if any of the neighbors have objections.
Yeah, okay. I will let them know. And that is all that I have for you guys tonight.
Okay, does anybody else have anything they would like to bring before the meeting? If not, then I can entertain a motion to adjourn. And Terry has moved to adjourn.
I'll second.
Ray has seconded. All in favor?